Yes, people, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. As always, people, make sure that you lot are smashing up the likes. Make sure that you lot are subscribing to the channel. Nearly on 8.9k people. Actually, I think we're nearly on 9k, in fact. So yeah, we're nearly there. Big up Staffy for the raid as well. Me and him just did a look of preview for our game on Saturday, man. But listen, there's gonna be more of us joining up. Big up Robert. What are you saying, bro, man? First of all, how you feeling after yesterday? Because I'm still feel a bit deflated, but you know, it's first game, innit? What you saying?
No, I hear. I think we were all hyped up about it, being back in the Champions League and all that, and to start in that fashion it's a bit of a letdown, especially after how highly we thought of ourselves, considering how we handled PSG and all that. But to come out with after the Bayern game the way that is, it's deflating.
No, it is, man. It is, man. And honestly,
so trying to do it the other day. Yeah, I was trying to. I don't know what you were on.
What happened? What's the context?
He was saying that Neymar. I think saying Neymar is not better than Ronaldinho is not being smart, not having high footballing IQ.
Mm-hmm.
And I cooked it because there's
no. You think Ronaldinho's better?
Oh, clear, brother.
It's clear.
Clear.
I don't know about clear, but it's a preference thing anyway, man. It's a preference. Some people prefer Ronaldinho. Some people prefer Neymar.
Preference is clear.
I don't know about clear, bro. I don't know about clear. I was obviously Ronaldinho playing. I was still quite young, innit? Like I used to watch, but not with the understanding that I have now. If that makes sense, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Okay,
but it's not clear. It's definitely not clear.
Ronaldinho used to do things that I would watch the night before and go into school the next day, kick ball with the homies and try to replicate the same thing. Obviously, a couple times you break your toes or you sprain an ankle, but it's like I'm trying to do what Ronaldinho did, bro. I mean, maybe it's just that he's the players I've loved, I've enjoyed watching the most, but it is what it is. We'll do it later on. Maturity, yeah, I hear that.
yeah. For context, I said maturity is realizing Neymar was better in his prime than Ronaldinho.
Yeah, that's it. I was like, no.
Staffy, that's some content right there, man, for the international break. That's some content right there for that. I can't lie. AJ, what you saying, bro, man? How you feeling, first of all, man, after yesterday, my
bro? Big up, Rob, big up, Don. I was kind of pissed and disappointed after the game yesterday, just because of how it ended up playing out. I predicted that we would tie. On the show on Monday, I predicted we would tie. I was thinking it was going to be a 1-1. And the way we started, we looked active. We looked like we, was up for it. And I'm not saying we weren't up for it, but in these Champions League games where you're playing these high quality teams and world-class players, they only need an inch or they only need one opportunity. And that's the one thing that we're missing, besides Cole Palmer, maybe Yao Pedro, Caicedo, we missing that level of player. You understand? And that's the difference in these Champions League games. So just to me, I'm just disappointed that, going into the season, what we have, what we're working with, where we lack. Defensively, we lack. Up top, we're very light, so those problems ended up coming to fruition. It wasn't any new problems that we saw yesterday. So that was what I didn't like. You understand? I think the lineup, I think Maresca went with the correct lineup. I think
correct. I think that was the correct lineup, yeah.
I think that was the correct lineup. I think most people realize that we had to put on a similar performance to the PSG. I don't know what will we change. Most people, maybe one of Reese or Gusto don't start and you put on a natural winger. Maybe that's what you could do. You understand? But I don't think we at that level yet where we could just come through and immediately, get right into playing open, playing, just going for it against Bayern, because we don't have that quality yet. And so I think to compensate for that, we got to do certain things. Now, second half, halftime came. what was it? I think we scored. We scored like right after that. Did we score in the first half, or
we scored in the first half, bro?
Yeah, we scored in the first half. So halftime came. You know, Maresca could have made changes. You know, managers could make changes or not make changes. There's no real wrong decision there. But I think 10, 15 minutes into it, you know, maybe 10 minutes into it, it was clear that it was starting to shift to Bayern. And I think Maresca could have made a change there. And, you know, I'm not going to say we lost the game there, but I think we really just lost the game in like specific moments. You know, the first goal, you know, is kind of unlucky, but still, I think once the ball is wide, big up Cali. Once the ball is wide, I think our center backs, I think Cucurella and Tosin both had an opportunity to clear the ball. It went past both of them, and it ended up hitting Chalobah. Now, Chalobah, his body positioning wasn't the best. You understand? Again, this is, you know, it's small details. You know, you can nerd out about this shit and actually see what went wrong. But, you know, bottom line is I think we just lost in the details, bro. And you know, details they're small, but you could end up losing by 2, 3, 4 goals just because of small details. So that's how I viewed the game, bro. We still there, we just need work.
No, 100%, bro. 100%, man. And I agree with a lot of what you've said there, man. But for me, AJ, like in hindsight, listen, I wasn't really happy with restarting in the middle. I was hoping that would see a similar sort of performance like what we saw against PSG. And I'm not saying Reece was stinky in the game, but it's the finer details in the Champions League, bro. The way that you see Reece covering ground in comparison to Santos when he comes on off the bench, and what he does in midfield, you can clearly see the difference, bro. Like Reece jogs to the ball, you know, Reece gives a bit of protection to the centre backs and that, but Santos is more box to box. You might see him in the first phase, like helping the centre backs, but because he trusts himself to be able to cover ground, he gets around the pitch. He goes up and down, bro. You see him like for the goal that we scored, he was further up the pitch, but there were certain times where he was closer to the defenders. And Couch, the link's in the chat, bro. If you check the group chat, it's in there. One of the man there, just put tag him in there, please. But for me, that's the main thing. Like the dynamic with Reece in that midfield, it feels to me like we're just shoehorning him in there, right? Reece in the middle. If we haven't got any available midfielders like Lavia or Sugo, you bring Reece on as an experienced player to do what Bayern were doing to us in the second half, to slow down the game, right? When you're winning the game, you bring a Reece on with a little bit of experience to just help things tick. But if you're trying to make things tick at the beginning of the game and you've got a Santos on the bench, bro, what's going on? What's going on? We should have been dominating that midfield. Majority of that first half, especially after their first goal, we were not getting control of the ball, right? Now, I know a lot of people are cooking Enzo right now. I don't agree with this Enzo in the 10 thing. Enzo in the 10 is not good. When he's playing like behind João Pedro, he's not the best over there, right? And on the ball, he wasn't the best either. There was a ball that he tried to play to Gusto, right? That just went off the pitch. And obviously the miss that he had like early on, he should be scoring that. But if you go look at the amount of touches that he had in this game, he didn't even have 40 touches on the ball. The other day, he had nearly 100, bro. So when man are cooking him, I'm watching Enzo running about. He's not really getting on the ball. So yes, when he did get the ball, he wasn't the best, but he wasn't getting the ball enough to really change how the game was going for him, if that makes sense. And that for me was because of how the game was set up. You know what I mean? The setup in the middle, I didn't like it, man. I didn't like it. I'm fed up of this Reece in the midfield, starting him in the midfield thing. I don't like it, bro. I don't like it.
I hear you, Don. I think it was more of he's the club captain. When we were last in the Champions League, he's one of the few that have played Champions League football. I think, you know, Maresca preferred Gusto going 1v1 against Diaz. So he put Diaz there and he had to put Reece somewhere. And I think when you know, we all said here and kind of predicted that Maresca was gonna go with the PSG lineup. If we all expected that, you can't tell me that Vincent Kompany didn't expect that as well. And Vincent Kompany made adjustment accordingly. He said, no, PSG gave these men, Reece James and Caicedo, way too much space in midfield. We're gonna drop. We're gonna overload them in midfield with Harry Kane and even Gnabry dropping down in midfield. You know,
he's a number 10 though.
Huh?
Gnabry's a 10 though, yeah.
Yeah, but even Hurricane. So they find themselves in midfield. We're being crowded, and as Dunn says, Reece without space, when there's limited space, does not. Every time you saw him touch the ball, his first instinct is to play it safe back to Tosin or back to Sanchez. It wasn't to try and progress the ball. Where if Enzo was there, Enzo would have seen the pass before he even received the ball, and that's and that's the Maresca thing. To get Enzo to be just a man-to-man marking on Kimmich. Like, Kimmich is a smart player. Kimmich noticed that, hey, this brother is man marking me. I'm trying to drop into the center back and form like a third center back, and he's gonna take him out the game. Like, Harry Kane is in midfield, Gnabry is dropping down. If I take Enzo out of the Chelsea midfield, they don't do much on the ball. So
but he wasn't in the midfield really. He was playing as a number 10, right?
Rob, what would you have done differently? Wait, Rob. What would you have done differently?
What I would have done differently?
You said you wanted this exact lineup, these exact tactics. I talked to you in Chez's stream before this.
This exact lineup, but this is what.
So then, what would you have done differently? Why are you criticizing Maresca and saying it's all on Maresca? I'm trying to understand.
I agree, but as I said, Company looks like anticipate this lineup, right? You as Maresca, you see this, adjust. First of all, Olise is getting too much space, right, over on that right hand, on that left hand side. Whether it was instructing Neto to stay up top to be an outlet, I don't know. But adjust. Don't give Olise that much space. And if that's the case,
I think you called it though. Like we're man marking, right? We're man marking all over the pitch, very similar to what we did against PSG. So his assignment, Neto's assignment, wasn't to mark Olise. He had the fullback. So when the fullback came into those, so then that's the answer.
Change the setup.
I do think that we changed it. I do think we changed it. I'm gonna let you finish, but I'll get into it later.
They scored their goals. They had confidence, and we were chasing shadows by that time. Like our confidence was low. Our players were like, oh, maybe this level is too high for us. Where we came into the game, we started the game quite well, but then they scored the 2 goals. You can say, yeah, but mistakes, and Caicedo maybe shouldn't have given. I know it was they called the foul on that, but again, it's one of those fouls that get called on Caicedo even when he wins the ball, and then
that's Champions League, bro. You know what it is. You've watched Champions League longer than me, I bet. You know how the game goes. We didn't take our chances. Bayern did. It's as simple as that.
I think it's more than that. I just think we didn't. Maresca didn't put us in a position like. There's no way Enzo Fernandez.
But I keep asking, what would you have done differently? And you keep telling me you agreed exactly with the starting tactics and lineup down to personnel. You literally corrected when I said start Esteval on the right. You corrected me and said no, he's going to do exactly this, and everyone else agreed with you, and it's exactly what happened. So why is it now you're saying like that's the part I don't understand?
I'm saying if you see that Company is that a counter to your original setup, make an in-game adjustment.
Second half, did Maresca shift what he was doing? Yes or no?
It was too late. The game was 3-1 at that point. It was 3-1 at that point. Okay. It was too late.
The thing is, though, Cali, listen, I get what you're saying, yeah, because you're basically saying Robert's complaining about the setup, but you were saying before the game you would have been happy with it. But what Robert's saying is, okay, cool, I did say that, but Maresca wasn't being proactive. He was being reactive. And that's the problem that I had with this guy in the game. I don't think he managed the game great, bro. I'll be honest with you. Couch, listen, what's your take on first of all the lineup for you, bro? Like, do you think the lineup was, in fact, what did you think of Maresca's management, in fact, of the game? Yeah, and the players' management of the game as well, blood.
We're gonna start there. Okay, yeah, big up, fellas. By the way, tough game. I thought that Bayern were really good, and I don't think that we offered enough. We just weren't sharp. I thought the tactics that we implemented at the beginning of the game were good. Like, I thought we had them on their back heels for the first 15 to 20 minutes. I think the problem was when they came to grips with what we're trying to do, like with the pace of the game and whatnot, and they started mitigating it, it made it difficult to us to play through. And like the thing that I noticed first and foremost that I think changed the game was the way they pressed. they didn't press with like 5s and 6s. They pressed with 4. They pressed with 4, and they kept 6 back to take away the ability to counterattack. So the thing I didn't like too was the fact that like when we were playing, I thought that we could play out from the back. Because they were pressing with 4, I thought we had the ability to play out from the back and actually just build attacks the way we normally do. Instead, we're looking to get right into their defense, and that played right into their hands because they had the numerical advantage back there to snuff out any of the danger. I felt like, you know, Yao Pedro, while he was good, he didn't really have anyone to play off of for most of the game because we were again just playing way too direct. And with that said, I just think that was where the game was won and lost for me. I don't think that we needed to be pinpoint exactly the same way as we were against PSG. I just think we needed to like understand what they're trying to do, play our football, which is basically building from the back, you know, play through them, because I don't think that they would have the midfield. I don't think that like Kimmich and Pavlovic, all these guys, I don't think that they would have had the work rate to be able to snuff out the work that we're giving them with Reece James, Cole Palmer, Enzo, and Caicedo. I think that if we would have actually used our box 4 in our build-up a little bit more, we would have been more effective in that regard. But I mean, if and buts, the bottom line is the game changed when, you know, with the individual errors, and those individual errors were just hard to come back from, man. Like I didn't think the game was over at 2-0. I thought that we still had something to come into it. We scored, make it 2-1. And then at that point, I figured that, you know, the game is on. And unfortunately, we didn't make enough adjustments in game in the second half to really impact it in a positive way. And you know, I know you guys already talked about Reece James. You talked about Caicedo and the whole Reece James thing being he's not really a midfielder and whatnot. I don't think that he was massively a problem in what he was doing on the ball. I think that the problem I had with him was just positionally. Again, he's being pulled out of position often, and that duo, the two of them together, just did not work in tandem together. Like there was times where I saw Caicedo out on the left flank marking I think it was like whoever was it Lamer or no?
Yeah, Lamer.
And then you see Reece James is just almost next to him, and they were getting played through like immediately. So I just don't think that they had the tactical discipline as the two of them to play in tandem, right?
Yeah, but that's the point. That's the point.
I get you.
That's the point I was making about Reece, bro. Like honestly, when I'm telling you, people, watch the next game you see Santos. Watch how he closes down passing lanes. He runs into the space so quickly, and that's why his interceptions are so high. That's why he wins the ball back so much, because he reads the space on the pitch so well, right? He covers ground so well. Reece doesn't do it as quick as him. There was so many little times while I was watching it, like what Couch is saying, where Caicedo wasn't even at his best, like he was off it. He was nervous for me. He looks nervous in this game. There's a number of
after he gives up a pen, after he gives us a pen, he goes in himself, right? Like that's a big penalty to give up at that moment of the game.
He looked like a Caicedo last year when he first, that first season,
when he first came, you know what I mean? So if you saw, like, if you go watch the game back, you'll see that those moments where Reece was just kind of jogging into the space and Bayern are playing the ball, then they're just through. They're attacking us, right? But like Gamer says, big up Gamer for this, Cali. He says we gave the ball away too many times, right? And that was a major problem, especially when I'm looking at the likes of Neto, for example, right? Enzo Fernandez, Gusto, to be fair, was actually all right in the final third. Palmer was quality in the final third, but we were not decisive enough. We had opportunities. They might not have been as in chances on goal, but we had opportunities to have a better final execution, a better final pass, a shot on goal, right? The only chance I can think of really is the Enzo chance, and obviously Palmer when he scored as well. And
the thing to that too, the difference between the PSG game and this game against Bayern, it wasn't so much the tactics. It's like we pretty much played the exact same game. It was just like those little things that you're talking about, like the passing not being as accurate. Like you can't be at like 70% when you're playing against Bayern in fucking the Allianz, man. You have to be 90 and above. So when we're talking about PSG being that game where everyone's like, everyone was in it and we played a phenomenal game, it's because everyone was on their game. Like when you see Sanchez like ranging passes and it's finding the foot Augusto and he's handling it correctly. Those are the differences in those types of games. Like if we didn't have that same sort of application, the same sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Execution.
Yeah.
The game would have been the exact same. The game would have been exactly the same against PSG as it was against Bayern.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The main difference between the two games is one. Luis Enrique he's saying, "I play my way, you adjust to my way." I think Company, I give him credit. He was humble enough to say, "Chelsea are a good team." He adjusted to what we did. We started on fire. He said, "No, hey, Harry Kane, drop back in midfield."
He does that anyways, by the way. He does that all the way. But
even Naby was dropping. Enrique wouldn't drop anybody. Enrique say, "I play the way I play. Whether I win my way or I lose my way." Company said, No. We're gonna, we start the game very well, bopping them up easy. Enzo creating a chance. Company automatically make the in-game adjustment. Yeah. And I'm thinking, well, he's making an in-game adjustment. I'm expecting Maresca to counter the counter that Company has done on his setup. But Maresca just set up until the 60-some minutes when he decided to bring off Reece James. And that to me was the difference. Is a Company noticed how we started the game. As well, if I continue like this, these brothers gonna cook me all day long. So he adjusted. He overloaded his midfield. When Maresca
I think the substitution of Ta, because first of all, Ta should have had a red card. And I think the substitution of Ta changed the game, changed the way that game was flowing. Because after we made it 2-1, I thought that we were going to be growing into the match. I thought we were talking in the chat, and I was like, "Yo, this game is far from over, man. I think we're going to grow into the game."
That red took off Ta as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But he
took off. They could have had a yellow.
And I think that they were better. I thought they were better defensively because we were getting at Ta time and time again. And as soon as he came off at halftime, I thought that the opportunities to get at their back line were gone. But even with this whole, because I think that we have to give Bayern credit, because I think that what they did was they realized we wanted to man mark all over the pitch, and they pulled those guys out of position. We pulled them all over the place. And for me, I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that Maresca wasn't able to adjust to that and have guys stay a little bit home. I thought we could have played out from the back effectively because they were only really pressing with 4. And it was just for me more so the fact that I thought Maresca did not really adjust well to how Company understood that we were just man marking them and they can just pull guys out of position.
Let me ask you a question.
Before you come in, AJ, let me just read this super chat as well. AP says, "Can we talk about the Bozo moment? Tossing Trev Neto. You guys are above 26. I shouldn't be seeing these mistakes, honestly." AJ, we'll come back to your question in a second, yeah. But Cali, let me come to you, bro, because I haven't heard much from you as of yet, bro. What have you got to say to the super chat here, man? To AP, does AP make a fair point, bro?
I mean, for some of the players, I feel like people have these expectations they're going to just rise to levels they're never going to be able to achieve. Chalaba being an example of this. For others, I do expect a bit better, like with Neto, so it depends what player you're talking about. I just adjust both. For me, it's just a lot of people shrunk under the big lights. In my opinion, Enzo ghosted. In my opinion, Neto ghosted. Chalaba I think that's Chalaba, and that answers all those players. What do you guys think about it? I just think when it came to certain situations that, I don't know, man. I just feel like they shrunk. And I'm honestly disappointed in the performance.
You know what, though, Cali? You know what? You make a good point, because I don't know if the man didn't remember when we played in the Carabao Cup, because I was there with Chez and Jem, right? And I remember watching some of these performances from the likes of Gusto, nervous. Enzo, nervous. Yeah. Caicedo, nervous. I was seeing bare guys doing things that were out of character, bro. Right? Was it just as simple as that for you, Alexis, yesterday, where it's just these guys were just nervous, bro? The occasion got to some of these guys. Was it as simple as that for you?
Yeah, maybe. I also think, Couch said something about Maresca didn't adjust. The problem with the adjustment is the individual mistakes killed us. You can't. No manager can live with those individual mistakes. You concede
For
one,
sure.
it happens. The second one, we don't need to give the ball away where Caicedo has to feel the need to jump in. Then you get back to 2-1 in second half. Anything can happen. Gusto's touch can't be baggy, and that touch has happened like before with him. And I don't know whether that's a concentration thing or not, but shit like this happens all the time. Like, and we're not a bad team overnight, but we're not a complete team overnight either. So overall, I just think it's a learning curve.
Well said.
I think, what was it? They haven't lost a group game in the Champions League for 37 games in a row.
Mad.
Is it really surprising that we went to the Allianz Arena and didn't win?
I just thought we could have
No. It's not the not win part. I truly believe a 2-2 was on the board.
It's
and
the way
like the way the game was going on first half and second half alone, a 2-2 was on the board. And that's where it's disappointing for me, because I feel like once it got to the real pressure time, like right in between, I want to say the 37th minute to the 65th minute, there was a lot of crumbling, a lot of ghosting. And that's what I'm talking about. That period of play right there.
Yep. Go on, AJ. AJ, you about to say something there?
I agree.
Yeah, go ahead, AJ.
We fully lost the game in that middle section of the game from the middle of the 30s to like the 70th minute, and that part of the game, it's not the easiest part of the game, because there's halftime, there's almost halftime, we scored a goal, Bayern is home, like it's a lot of shit going on. At that point, tactics also start changing, subs start coming on the field. So the team that is used to being in these big games, and then on top of that, they just have higher quality players than us. Kane is lethal. You see what Olise is doing, and their center backs. I get you say their center backs are a level above our center backs. So we're already coming from behind there. But for Chelsea, we're a more team that depends on our structure and the collective, and that's how we won the game against PSG. The whole team performed to their top level. So when we're visioning how this game's going to go, we're like, I could see us winning 2-0. I could see a 3-1, because we're assuming that we're going to get that same level of performance from every single player. And that's the only way that our team currently constructed is going to win. If every single player, at least 7 or 8 players, give us an 8 or above, that's the only way we're going to be beating these top teams, because we're not at that level yet.
100%, bro. And that's what it is for me, Jimmy. And when I'm looking at the game, big up Abdul as well for this donation. Says like and subscribe, people. Make sure that you lot are liking, man. We've got over 150 people here. Smash up the likes, people. But Jim, AJ is spot on, and Couch sort of mentioned it earlier. When you're going to the Allianz, Jim, bro, 8 out of 10 from anyone. Everyone, even, not anyone, yeah? Everyone needs to be 8 out of 10 minimum if you want to go get a result over there, right? And for me, when I break down the game, I would say the standout players were probably Palmer, of course, Sanchez, of course, and away from that third goal, I think Gusto was actually good in the game as well. But I'll probably say they were top 3 players. How about you, Jim, man? What's your take on the game? Because I know you're still watching it as well, isn't it?
Yeah, Gusto, I don't know. I literally Gusto in the 50th minute, somebody typed in my chat, y'all be going to blah, blah, blah on Gusto. And I remember typing back, relax, it's only 50th minute. And 5 minutes later, he did that dumb shit.
Now, but come on, Jim. Look at the situation,
bro. Don, you always do this. You look at the game.
I'll let you finish. Go.
You look at the game how you look at the game. I look at the game how I look at the game.
Go land your point, bro.
I don't look at 50 minutes of play and then you go back to being your norm. The 50 minutes, you just erased it because you just reminded me who you are. You just reminded me. You just reminded me who you are. That 50 minutes, you had me thinking, oh yeah, maybe. Oh, no, you are that dickhead. You are Gusto. The last 16 months, you've been trash. You've been garbage. And you just reminded me how terrible you've been. So I know how y'all look at the game.
The thing is, yeah,
that's how I look at the game. He reminded me that quick, that fast, how bad he is. The same way, like when we was doing the previews for the game, y'all asked me, Jimmy, what you thought? And I said, I ain't really got no faith. 3-1. I watched back. Everybody went, and look, and just the game, and it's not even how they didn't even score how I thought they was gonna score, but the score ended up exactly how I thought it would, and it looked just the way I thought it would. Our defense, our center backs, it's no confidence back there. It's none. It's no confidence. You don't expect them to make plays when they need to. You don't expect them to save people. That's what your center backs are. They're your last line of defense. And our center backs are the reasons we're letting in fucking goals. That little crow, that was like, as much as y'all gassing this fucking Olise performance, cut it out. I'm watching it again.
Finally, I'm agreeing with Jimmy on something. Finally, I'm agreeing with Jimmy on something.
He beat Jao Pedro, who was a fucking striker. Whoop-diddy scoop. The cross went to nobody.
Whoop-de-doo.
The cross went to nobody. Tosin let it go by, and fucking Trevor Cheleva put it in the back of the net.
Fully agree with you.
What did they do? They didn't do anything.
Van Dijk was clearing that easy.
And Van Dijk.
Saliba's clearing that easy.
The Dyke that live on the corner from me would have fucking cleared it. Jessica's her name. 6'4" fucking lady. She's a gym teacher. She would have cleared it. This idea that Bayern Munich played so great, they didn't. I'm watching the game again for the third time. I'm sorry. Bayern Munich did not do anything. What happened was the players who we expect the most out of was shit. People like, oh, the midfield looked terrible. Well, when your captain and your co-captain is in that midfield and they're two of the worst players, hello? Reece James and fucking Enzo was shit compared to what we needed from them.
Yep.
Reece James and Enzo was shit compared to what we needed from them in this game. Yep. Every second ball that came down, Reece James and Enzo were never there to get it.
Nope.
Never. Nope. I'm not blaming the fucking coach for that. That's not the coach. The coach is not saying, oh, I need you to not be in the midfield. I need you to not be in your spot. These guys are not in their spot. This shit looks bad because of the individuals. The way we set up is how we've been setting up to get the best out of this team. Our best performances lately been out of this setup. I don't want to hear anybody telling me about he got the tactics wrong. The players went out there and they shit the bed. Especially
I fully agree with that.
Goddamn Enzo. That's why the midfield looked the way it looked.
Just to go back a little bit, Jim, because you're spitting facts about a lot of things.
As I said.
Yeah, man.
I'm with you. I'm with you on the touch from Gusto. Yeah, like the touch was poor, right? But in that situation, I'm telling you now, bro. If I'm Gusto, yeah, I'm telling Chalobah, bro, we're gonna scrap after this game because giving me the ball. Yeah.
Why not give you the ball?
Jim, hold on. Let me land my point, right? Because in a situation like that. In a situation like that, you can see Gusto's got a man on his ass. I'm not excusing his touch, by the way, people. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying, Jim. Before you come in, bro. Listen to what I'm saying. Yeah. You can see
I need to come in a second.
He's got a man on his ass. A situation like that, right? Chalobah should be going long in that situation, bro.
No.
It should be going long. Because
right now, we should be rebutting because Couch said second half he felt like we wasn't playing out of the back enough. This was a clear play out of the back. The man behind him is not pressing him. The only failure on that play was his first touch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but the thing is, Jim, I hear
in the set. Wait,
pull up the screenshot.
The second failure was he panicked. He had no reason. Once he made the bad first touch, all he had to do then was hoof it in another direction. Instead, he do what he always did, what he always does. He fucking fell. He always fall when he go to kick the ball. He has no balance. Gusto has no balance.
Listen, Jim.
In short, we gave away the ball too much.
I'm not excusing the man falling on the floor, innit? I'm just saying in a situation like that, yeah, that pass for me, personally, this is my opinion. You can have your take, Jim. Fair enough. But my opinion there, that there could have been a better decision, right? You let Gusto draw a man in. You let a man take him away. You draw him in, and you go long, bro. Yeah, that's what the most intelligent players do. They think outside of the box, right? You ain't got to think all the time. Oh yeah, we're gonna play at the back. We're gonna play at the back. We're gonna play at the back.
But we haven't been. That whole game we didn't play at the back. That whole game we didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't play out the back at all. We went direct the entire game.
Yeah, but
and there's also another thing.
I wouldn't have played it to Gusto.
I would not have played it to
Gusto.
But Gusto was still an option, though, Don. Gusto was still.
Gusto was an option. The outball to Gusto was an option, just like it was in the Carabao Cup game in Paris.
Wasn't the best option for me, bro. Wasn't the best option for me.
Yo, Don, I beg, go watch it again, because for you to say he had a man on his back, I'm sorry, Don. That's just. I know we can have an opinion and all that. Don, it's just not true. I'm watching.
He had space. He had a bit of space.
No,
the touch was shit. The touch was shit.
That was the only problem. The touch.
You could have a person on your back and still take a good touch. So
no, let me add one thing. Yo, let me have one thing, right?
What I'm saying is, for me, I'm just saying. Yeah, listen, that was an option. Yeah, you can argue Gusto should do better. I'm just saying, I'm looking at that pass, and for me, it was a bit of a pointless pass. It was a bit of a pointless pass.
Our whole system. Wait, one second. Our whole system is predicated on these players being comfortable on the ball. And 100%. If our players can't take touches that on a consistent level in tight areas where someone's 2-3 yards before he closes him down, and after he takes a loose touch, not to quickly just get it in a different direction, we've got a problem, guys.
Exactly.
Our whole system is predicated on these players doing consistent things to a very high standard. And the problem is, Chalobah, Toussaint, and Gusto, in this system, you're going to get mistakes.
Because they're squad
especially
players.
Against the good teams. Because they're squad players.
They're fucking squad players.
I agree.
Yeah, but the thing is, like with Gusto,
we're not saying they're bad players. We're saying they're.
I know. Last year, Gusto on the ball was bad. As in, like, you can't even do the basics, Jim. Like, man's just giving the ball away and under minimal pressure. But let's not act like we wasn't seeing this guy, bro. This guy in Poch's season was a fucking cheat code and build up. Even yesterday, yeah, he was for the most part.
He was the cheat code in carrying it. He wasn't a cheat code on the ball part.
Yes, like what are we talking about? He was good at running up like a headless chicken, bro. Let's not acting like he was maestro.
Gusto in Poch's season was not wasteful on the ball. The wastefulness started last season. It started last season, right? It started last season. And recently he's been better.
About 16 months,
hold on. What I'm saying is, recently he's been better. That mistake he made yesterday, does not determine his game for me. That's my point. The mistake he made yesterday does not determine his whole game. Yes, it might bring down his rating. I hear that, and it killed the game, right? But I thought majority of the time I thought he had a good game majority of the time.
I'll give you that. I thought some of his touches were good.
You can't judge a 90-minute game on 1 minute.
He had a good game. I thought he was decent.
Hold on, one at a time.
No, I was just gonna say I thought he was decent up until that moment. He had some good touches in the final third. Thought he was a little bit too offside.
If Sanchez makes 10 saves and then throws it into his own net and costs us a goal, did he have a good game?
Okay,
no.
Okay, well,
and it's as simple as that.
I don't.
It's different from goalie.
You can't analyze it like that, man.
Like you see what I'm talking about when y'all take.
But he played good for 55 minutes.
That's a terrible example. That's a terrible example.
But bro, he played good for 55 minutes. A game is 90.
No, I thought even after the mistake, I thought
all I said is up until that point he was having a good game.
When I AJ land this point, hold on. We'll come to what's his name? Robert.
I'm not disagreeing.
Robert next. Go on, AJ.
I'm not disagreeing with Alex's point, and I'm not saying that Gusto had the best game, but if Gusto's playing the first half, he had a good game the first half. Let's just say he had a good game the first half. I understand the game's 90 minutes. How many players make mistakes throughout the game? Throughout the game, all players make mistakes. So you can't just say, "Oh, he had a shit game because he made that one mistake."
Your mistake leads directly to a goal. It's a different mistake.
It's
different.
still
Every mistake is not
it
the
makes it a
same.
more it makes it a more detrimental mistake, but that doesn't mean his total game. That doesn't mean his total game was shit. We just
I didn't say his total game was shit, but I said he
Alexis
only
said that. Alexis said that.
He but
Well, he didn't have a good game.
I said Alexis. I said he didn't have a good game.
Jimmy, you go then Alexis go. You guys have different points.
He did not have a good game.
He didn't have a good game. Yeah,
Nah,
decent.
for me, I'm good, man.
You need to be an 8-9 in these big games. If you're not an 8-9, you don't beat these teams. It's a simple as that.
A decent game because he made 2 mistakes that led to 2 goals.
No, Caicedo didn't have a good game. And I hate the whole protection narrative we have in this fan base. The first goal, Caicedo lost his 50-50, then ran back, won the ball, and was overly committed into the challenge. And in Europe, that's a foul.
He wasn't that overly committed. I can't agree.
I don't think it was a foul. I don't think it was a foul, but he did lose the 50-50.
I don't think it was a foul, but you're right that Caicedo had a mixed performance. He's right, Caicedo had a mixed performance.
And then we concede from that, no problem. And then he dives into the challenge, and the thing is, Kane wins that penalty. But Caicedo didn't touch the ball. We can't defend. Like, if that happened on one of
But he didn't touch Kane either. But he
it's a
didn't.
foul. Of course it's a pen.
It's not a pin to me. And it wasn't a pin. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Let me say this. Not only was it not a pin to me, it wasn't a pin to the ref. That's all I'm going to say. The professional referee.
Wait, the ref didn't give it. The
I'm
ref
hesitating.
It wasn't a pin to me, and the professional referee on the pitch, it wasn't a pin to him.
But when you watch,
so don't act like it wasn't a pin.
Hold on.
Couch, go ahead, Couch.
No, I mean, just because the ref doesn't see the call, doesn't make the right call, doesn't mean it wasn't a pen. Like we see it all the time.
The ref,
we see that all the time.
I'm gonna say it again.
I disagree, Jimmy. It was a pen.
The ref did not think it was a pin. He was
that
right
moment.
there.
When
we
that
agree
moment,
that the ref was right there, yes or no?
Yes, he
he's right there.
All right. So, and the ref didn't think it was a pin, right?
Yes.
But when you watch
But Jimmy, did he take Kane out? Yes or no?
The ref did not think it was a pin.
Did he go through Harry Kane? Yes or no?
I watched the replay. He did not touch him. His foot
He fully grabbed Kane.
No, his foot went between Harry Kane's leg and Harry Kane over Caicedo.
He sold it. I'm not going to tell you.
He didn't foul him then.
Jimmy, it's a soft foul, but it's a foul. It's a soft foul, but it's a foul.
You're asking me if I thought it was a pin, and I'm telling you no, and you're fucking agreeing with me. How are we here?
You don't agree with
me.
you.
Respond to you. Let me
He
respond
just
to
said
you.
he sold it.
Let me respond to you.
Something that means it's not fucking a pin.
Jim, let me respond.
It's a sport, but Jimmy, it's a sport. You have given the player the opportunity to sell something.
You're talking about all of that. I'm talking.
Jimmy, people flop all the time. You watch basketball. Flop
is not a foul. A flop
Jimmy,
is a bad foul.
Jimmy, you know Harry Kane in his lifetime gets these.
I don't care about
All right, man.
Let them land, Jim. Let them land. Let them land. Cali, hold on. For me, it's a pen, innit? It's a pen. Caicedo tries to win the ball. Caicedo tries to win the ball. He gets his body in between the ball and Kane, and he gets nowhere near the ball. Kane was smart in that situation. It's a pen. If that happens to one of our players, bro, I'm calling penalty all fucking day long. Like,
every day of the week.
You know what I mean? It reminded me of when he just dived in against West Ham, bro. It was just reckless.
Clumsy.
It was clumsy, yeah. It was clumsy, bro. You know, and then when you talk about the ref saying, he's a professional, Jim, look at the fucking foul he gave them that wasn't a foul, bro. Ironically, that was Caicedo who won the ball. That wasn't a foul, man. That wasn't a foul. You know what I mean?
The ref was poor. Let's just be real. The ref was poor all game. We can't ignore that.
So we can move
on.
Also,
Caicedo has to kind of get used, become more intelligent. So this is not Club World Cup. The ref play on, right? This is Champions League. It's a little softer, right? This is why we say, Esteban would not have a problem in Europe, because if he's dealt with the physicality where they don't call fouls in South America, he can come into the Champions League and into the league where they call these fouls, and he will do quite well. So I think Caicedo has to get used, has to adjust. his game a little bit to say, well, maybe I can't go that even if I win the ball and it's 60-40, the way I just tackle, the ref might give that as a foul. And you know, until he does that, he's continuing to get these where we see, oh my God, he won the ball, but the ref gives a foul. The ref gives a foul.
Problem is, in that position,
Did you ever see Conte stop tackling like that? Why the fuck Caicedo got to stop? I don't know any other great player that's a defensive midfielder that has to stop playing their style.
Winning the ball.
I've never heard of that. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Let Rob respond.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Caicedo has to stop
making
Jim, let him respond, bro. Let him respond.
Cante winning the ball was so obvious that you can't give a foul.
No, it wasn't. Conte literally tackled just like that.
Jim,
push your ass down, keep going. Cut it out.
I said we have to wait for the replay to see that he won the ball. It's never obvious.
No,
we have to. It was obvious from the naked eye.
You're fucking watching it on TV.
Oh, he actually won the ball.
You have to do that. The referee's on the pitch. He don't have to do that.
Now, Rob, I can't lie. I disagree with that point you've made, though.
I disagree with Rob, but that's not the point. Why are we arguing about this?
Hold on, Cali. Let me just make a point. I agree with that. I disagree with that last point you made, Rob, yeah? Because one thing about Caicedo, even if you go check the stats from this season, he's got the best success rate for his tackles, right? He's very good at reading tackles. And that's why yesterday in my review, I said that was very out of character for him to dive in the way that he did, right? Jimmy's basically saying you can't take that aggression away from him because that's his game. But what Robert is saying is in that situation, be a bit smarter because Kane outsmarted him. That's what Rob's saying. That's what Rob's saying.
Talking about the pin. The pin
I'm talking about the foul that he won.
Oh, the foul. Go.
I wasn't sure until I saw the replay. I wasn't sure that he won the ball until I saw the replay.
But Rob, you're watching it.
Definitely won the ball.
Yeah, but exactly. The ref needs to be sure there. The ref needs to be sure, or VAR needs to be sure. I know they can't interfere in that.
Wait, but the ref was poor anyway.
I will say one thing though, yeah. Whether it was Caicedo, Enzo, and James, when three of your most important players don't even have good games,
you're not gonna win.
You're not gonna win.
Not against Bayern. Yeah. You can get away with that against like your West Hams or whatnot, but you're not doing that.
No, you can't. Not even against West Ham. No, you can't.
I think you can. I think you can.
No, you can't.
I think you can. Okay, fine, Jimmy.
Can I speak for a second? Had that many good players.
I don't have a problem with seeing three or four of our players not play well and getting a result. We've seen it before. We've scumbag wins tons of times. It's not going to happen at the Champions League level. That's how I see it. I've seen plenty of games that we scumbag wins in the Premier League.
And you know what? And you know what else? Yeah.
Not this. What else? Name me them games.
If you add it on, right?
I think you
had a good game. In my opinion, Joao Pedro played good in the first half. Second half, Kim shut him down. Absolutely shut him down. Pedro Neto, I didn't think he had a good game. He wasn't impactful. Like, he wasn't impactful.
So poor.
I think Cucurella had a good game, weirdly enough. People told me Elise he had a great game. I thought Cucurella did a good job on a world-class player.
Because they always want to jerk everybody else's fucking players. That's what it is.
Elise didn't have a good game.
Elise didn't have a good game.
Hold on.
Elise didn't affect the game.
I just want to hear this. Did Elise have a good game or not?
Elise completely disappeared in the second half. He had an okay game. That's what he had. He had an okay game. Okay. His game was not great. It wasn't.
He should have had about another goal.
Oh, he should have, would have, could have. Stop it. Stop it.
Why?
Jim.
Why?
Let them respond. Let them respond, Jim, man. Let them respond.
Why should I stop?
The thing is,
the save that Sanchez made. Should Elise have buried that chance?
100%.
That was a poor finish.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a poor finish.
And that's
not a highlight, AJ. That's bad.
But Jimmy, it's the impact that he had on
the
game, Jimmy. On top of that, he should have had 2 more assists.
Thank you, AJ.
Mandem. Hold on.
AJ, it was a terrible finish. It wasn't a good save. It was a terrible finish.
I don't know what we're talking about here.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
If you saying Elise didn't have a really good game, I don't know how you judge.
I said his game was okay. It was okay.
This is exactly it.
That's the point. I don't understand how he's not good.
Two things can be right. Two things can be right at once. Yeah. Cucurella didn't get fried by Olise. Olise wasn't step running past him. Done him. He was Olise is a world-class talent, bro. Right? Olise was playmaking, bro. Olise was in his playmaking.
That's what he does. That's exactly what he does.
That's what he does, bro. Yeah. Because there was even a time, there was a time when the ball dropped to him in the air. There's a time when the ball dropped to him. Cuckoo and I think Tosin must have pressed him. Man just took one touch and turned up both of them and just went out. Like everything he was doing was just so elegant, bro. Like it was the playmaking, Jim. He didn't cook the game.
I wish Neto did a performance like Elise last night.
It was a good performance.
I wish Neto gave me that.
Nice.
Like, there's no way that we're gonna say that Elise didn't cook us up yesterday. He didn't score. He might have not scored. He might have not. Bro.
Oh my fucking! You know what? That's coming from niggas who thought Garnacho was good. So you know what? I'm not even arguing with you.
It wasn't me, bro.
I never said that Garnacho was good. I don't know.
Garnacho was good.
Don't put me in that boat, Jimmy. Don't put me in that boat.
I even get myself caught up in this dumb ass.
You got that twisted.
Fuck out of here, man.
It looks
like the funny thing is, you see what Piano Bits is saying over here?
We can move
I don't even think Elise is a guy that's a 1v1 guy. He's not a guy that's going to be like bursting past people and dribbling past people.
Hold on, Cash. Land that point.
No, I was just reading what Piano Bits is saying. He's saying something about like how, you know, he's not taking him on 1v1 and like that's not his game. His game is not to try and dribble past you and use his pace. He thinks the game. He's a guy who facilitates the offense. He facilitates He creates opportunities for others to score and takes them on. To be honest with you, he should have scored that goal. He should have scored.
He should have scored.
No doubt in my mind, he should have scored. But
Jimmy's right. 4-1.
I don't think that takes away from the fact that he was a very good playmaker for them yesterday, without question.
Yeah, but two things can be true, right?
Who was a better player? Maybe Kane.
Cuckoo had a good defensive game, in my opinion, because this is you're not going to shut him. Cuckoo stayed with him, stopped him. The only time Elise had a decisive impact on the game was when Joao Pedro was in front of him. He cooked him, put a delicious fool in there.
And he also played in Harry Kane.
That's the two. And the thing is, you only need 2 or 3 decisive.
Bro.
What?
And Harry Kane for the penalty too. He played him in there too.
Yeah, but we gave the ball away, man. Come on,
what are you doing? That was a giveaway. Click right back to them. That wasn't no.
You're going to hit 2 of us now. It's me and Jimmy.
You guys are funny, man.
Right, this be my problem with this, right? I don't have a problem if y'all want to say that. Let's say y'all say Elise had this game. Okay. Then why the fuck did I hear last game people talking about Enzo didn't have a good game? He literally did the same fucking thing.
We all bigged up
Enzo
in the Brentford game. We all bigged up Enzo in the Brentford.
He literally did the same thing, but we didn't get an own goal. And I watched our fan base say Enzo was crap. What the fuck?
I don't think anyone said it was crap.
No one defended Enzo's performance when he.
I don't remember saying it was crap.
Enzo fucking Brentford. He was fucking great. I watched that game back and was like, damn.
We all say it was great. We all say it was
great. Let me.
I didn't say it was great. I said it was good.
Let me come to you, Jim. Anyway, let's have some positive conversations about some of our players that played well. Starting off with Sanchez, Jim. What did you think of Sanchez's game, bro?
What about it?
I want to hear this.
What do you think about his game? I'm asking you, what do you take on his game? Tell us.
I don't get what you want me to say about a goalkeeper that didn't make a mistake.
Bro, I'm asking you, what did you think of his game? Tell us how Sanchez was in the game.
He was a goalkeeper that did nothing.
Jimmy, come on, man. Jimmy, come on.
Time out. Yo, look, I'm not about to be here to try to be no butter, no joke, bro. So I'm gonna ask you again. What the fuck are you asking me?
Bro, I didn't say Sanchez's game.
Let me finish my question, bro. Because I have not said anything negative about Sanchez. So I don't know why. If you brought me here to try to trigger me to ask me about Sanchez, I'm not in the mood for that.
I was about to ask. I'm asking you about Sanchez.
Ask me about somebody else, bro. I didn't say anything about Sanchez. I didn't say he played bad. I didn't say anything. So I'm not with that joke. Your Sanchez.
Yeah, but it's not a joke. I'm asking you a serious question.
I'm not in the mood for the Sanchez shit. Sanchez was fine. I didn't say nothing about
Sanchez. Alexis, you answer, because Jim ain't gonna answer.
I didn't say nothing about him.
Hey, my
you asked me about Sanchez. I didn't say nothing about him.
I'm asking you a serious question.
Well, why would you ask me about a goalkeeper who didn't make a mistake and didn't have no impact in the game?
He said let's talk about the positive players.
He had some impact on the game.
No impact in the game,
Jim. Not enough to affect the game. What did he do? I don't know. You tell me.
His distribution was pretty solid, and on top of that, he definitely made some.
What did it lead to?
Cali, what did you think of Sanchez's performance, Cali? You tell us. What did you think of Sanchez's performance, bro? I was actually asking you a serious question as well, Jim. I'm not taking a piss. I'm actually asking you a serious question.
I got you. I'll show you a serious answer. I'm one of his biggest haters. He had a really decent performance. His distribution was pretty good. He made some key saves. There was no bozo moments or errors to discuss of. I understand where Jimmy's coming from one angle where it's like, we lost the game. We conceded 3 goals. But it's like at the same time, those goals are set pieces. Yeah. So my point is, just with the context of the game, Jimmy, we have to be honest. It's arguable that Sanchez was the best player in our defense against Bayern.
All right, so
with Cucurella. It's arguable.
Let me ask a question now. When you're judging the keeper, did he make any worldly saves?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I thought he was pretty
what
good.
was the worldly save?
I wouldn't say worldly, but top saves. Good saves.
From Olise, but he's got to get there.
That's not a save. That was terrible. You're not.
No. It was a good save. It was a very good save.
But that's a good save, Jimmy.
Yo, I'm sorry.
Harry Kane got in 1v1.
And I answer you, and you go, nah.
Right fucking to him.
Oh, what? He still has to save it. He's 4 yards from the goal, brother. He's 4 yards from the goal. He has to still save the shot.
The reaction had to be on point, bruv.
When Martinez did it in the World Cup for Argentina, what did they call that? A world-class save, even though it was 2 yards in front of him.
If he doesn't want to give him the credit, why are we staying on this, man? Let's just go.
How about this?
Boys.
I judge keepers different from y'all. If the keeper not saving me a game and all that, I have nothing to say about him. That's me.
Boys, our bar for Sanchez is on the floor. So when he makes a save, I say thank you.
If he's not saving, if he's not making early saves or doing shit that lead to a goal, I'm not gonna say nothing about a keeper. If he's not doing nothing negative that led to a goal, I'm not gonna say nothing about a keeper. He just was steady Eddie. Nothing negative to say, nothing positive to say. It was steady Eddie. That's it. That's fucking it. Like, I mean, what do you want me to say about it?
And that I respect your opinion, Jimmy. That's cool.
Like, what am I saying about a keeper? He was.
How about you? I told you, Don. I told you my positives, bro. That's where I stand on Sanchez. Yeah.
We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to Palmer in a sec, anyway. But before we do that, Rob, what did you think of Sanchez's performance, man? Because for me, listen, Jim can say that, but end of the day, right? I see a lot of people like Reaper saying, why are we supposed to praise him? He's just doing his job. But then you're the same people that are quick to get on him when he's fucking throwing the ball into the back of the net, right? So if he's actually doing well with the goal, if he's doing well with the goal, be able to say, do you know what? He didn't have the maddest game, but do you know what? He was good. He was good, and keep it like that. You know what I'm saying?
And let me be clear, no one is praising Sanchez. Hold on. Wait, Jimmy. 1 sec.
Hold on. Go on, Cali.
Jimmy, 1 sec. Real quick. No one's praising Sanchez. Let me be very clear. Is anyone here praising Sanchez? Anyone? I don't want to speak for you.
I thought we had a good game.
Oh,
I thought we had a very good game.
Wait. Hey, Jimmy. Okay, hold on. I got to take a step back. You're good.
Bro,
I can't speak for men that disagree with me.
Listen. I say this, bro. I don't know. Keeper either save the game or he lose the game. If he don't do neither one of those, he's good. Like that's the era of judging football I'm from. I don't microanalyze a keeper until he fuck up. I will never microanalyze Sanchez unless he fuck up. He did not fuck up, so I had nothing to say about it. Now, I don't know. I didn't see him do anything outstanding that would make me go, yo. If he would have made a great save, I'd have been like, yo, that save, yeah, I gotta give him props for that.
You don't like his distribution, Jim?
Everything else, no, I don't. The distribution was just like it was man. It was
bro, there was one ball, literally like a minute into the game.
That part I might disagree with you on that, Jimmy.
I didn't see. I watched the game a couple times. I can't recall when that jumps out that make me go, oh yeah, that ball that it was just.
Oh, Jimmy, there was one ball, yeah. There was one ball, Jim. Yeah, I'll remind you. As soon as the game kicked off, like a minute in, because I even wrote it down on my notes. This guy must have pinged the ball to Gusto far, blood. Yeah, Gusto got in behind because of that ball. Right, there was a ball that he nearly got to Gusto as well when one of their defenders got injured. If that was a little bit more to the left, it stays on the pitch. It stays on the pitch, but it just went out. But I thought overall, he was actually one of the players that can walk away knowing they did their job. But let's talk about Palmer, Alexis. Anyway, let's talk about Palmer because he's another one who had a fantastic performance. One of the few players that actually stood up to the Champions League, bro. What did you think of Palmer, man?
Oh, Palmer had a good game. Like he was there for the decisive moments. Like, I thought he was there for the decisive moments where picked up the ball, carried it, gave it to Gusto, finished it. Brilliant. He didn't finish like similar chance to what he missed against Brentford, where the ball's coming across his body, and this time he smashed it top bins. Brilliant. Good finish from the Santos, fine. But even then, I thought in the second half he was marked out the game.
Thank you. I was hoping y'all asked me.
Yeah.
I don't.
Where the fuck was he at second half, bro?
Second half he was more right wing. Second half he was more right wing. He wasn't really.
But regardless, my problem with our fan base is we're doing I call it the Bukayo Saka treatment that Arsenal do. So if he gets a GNA, we're gonna run with it like, oh, he had a brilliant game. We know Palmer's standards.
I'm not gonna say that.
That was nowhere near the best version of Cole Palmer. Good game, but like because he was decisive in certain moments. I expect more from Palmer on the biggest of occasions. Like I saw what he can do against PSG.
You got to judge it within the game. How was Palmer's performance within our game for our team? He was our best player. I understand. I understand that he didn't.
He disappeared second half.
I don't think it's a disappear thing.
He ruined
Jimmy,
the goal.
two things can be true. Two things can be true.
By being offside, bro, with a clear walk down the line, nobody in front of him. He fucking blew it. That was poor, piss poor.
Jimmy. First of all, I agree with you. Our standard for Cole Palmer is higher, which is why we judge him how we judge him.
I would have judged that on anybody. He was nobody on the wing with him, bro.
No, I'm agreeing with you. He should stay. He sees the line. He should stay on side. I'm agreeing with you. But my thing is, yesterday's performance, especially the second half, Cole Palmer was out of the game because of how Bayern ended up influencing the game.
Bayern took him out.
Thank you.
What?
Thank you.
I don't know what y'all be watching. Do y'all
guys, what do you want? Okay, can I just come in first? We had 44% possession. We had 44% possession. How many touches do you want to see go to Enzo and Palmer in that 44%? All of them?
But the argument here is, the reason they had a good game is because they kept him quiet. If he went and got on the ball and did something, when he would have,
they kept us all quiet though. They had the majority of the possession.
No, we're saying
the majority of the possession for the game.
Okay, maybe right.
The limited touches that he had, he was influential in those limited touches. He was able to score. Probably could have scored again. And even beyond that, for me, I thought that he was the only guy in that front three that was pressing. I was looking like he was trying to get after the ball. Like those are the things that I look for when I'm looking for in a performance. It's not just what you do on the ball; it's what you're doing off the ball as well. He was very good. What's the deal here? Why is
in your opinion, he was very good? I'll give you mine. I thought first half we played well. Even though we were 2-1 down, I came in. I said that's a good performance. We can get something. Second half, when Bayern adjusted, changed their tactics, gave us the ball, dropped deeper a little bit, our forwards were non-existent.
They were fucking patting the ball back and forth, and Cole Palmer was a part of it. Cole Palmer could have got the ball and ran at somebody. He got the ball, did his little, and passed it back. Don't give me that bullshit.
My argument is, it changed, right? When Estevao came on, when even Garnacho came on, people started taking someone on. There was a little bit more impetus in our play. But before
Yeah, there's
that,
better
when
energy
it
on
was
the pitch. I agree with
yeah,
that.
when it was
Better
2-1, when it was 2-1 and we had the ball, we weren't doing nothing with the ball other than keeping it.
That's
I find it very
Obama had
difficult
the
to
ball
say.
then too. He did nothing.
And I know you're going to say I'm microanalyzing and I'm being very like specific
No, I'm not
on
saying
like
that.
certain.
I'm listening. I'm just listening, man.
No. I just honestly like. I think in decisive moments he took his chances. I just would have I want more from my forwards, and I don't think that's unreasonable.
Yeah, I mean, in limited touches though is what I'm saying.
Exactly, and that's the point that I made.
That's the point I made. That's the point I made. Man, go get the ball, man. Go get the ball.
That's the point that I was making about Enzo as well, because I think for me initially our press was spot on. I thought we were pressing very well, but after that, I think when these players mentally were, they dropped off a little bit. They started to feel a little bit sorry for themselves, man, and it was pissing me off.
They always do. Like, they front runners, man. They're a bunch of fucking front runners.
They made me feel like you man are some pricks, Jim. Do you know what I'm saying, Jim? Like, bro, I'm driving to Mali. I'm driving to Mali.
Mentality, like, oh, we're losing.
Yeah.
Like, play fucking football. Look how they started acting once Cole Palmer scored the offside goal. Why the fuck y'all wasn't acting like that before the goal? Act like that, but when you're trying to get the goal, they when the ball went in the back of the net.
Bro, another thing though, I think Enzo should have made the changes earlier. I think we needed more legs, we needed more impetus, and I think the changes, like, bro, say what you want about Estevao, yeah? Estevao asks for the ball, even if there's 3 men around him. He's like, give it to me, I'll make something happen. Like, and that he was breaking the lines and he was like picking up the ball in small pockets, maybe because the game was dying. I thought.
Thank you.
He made a good case for himself.
There's 2 things.
By that point, Bayern had the game won. They weren't,
you don't think so?
What do you mean? How is the game? No, I don't. Rob, fuck off with that bullshit. Rob, I'm gonna ask you a question. Have you ever played competitive sports?
I have, yes. And
all right. So what motherfucking sport you ever played where a coach ever looked at you and said, "Oh, they got the game won"? It's a 2 fucking goal.
I didn't say the coach. Did I say the coach told him that? I just said at some point you realize the game is won.
At what point?
Nah, wait. That's no.
The minute Cole Palmer goal went in the back of the net, that second goal, every fucking body all of a sudden act like they had fucking Mexican food and it was fire coming out their ass.
Even Hurricane said it. He said the second half we just kept the ball, we just passed it around, and they were chasing us, and our players got tired.
No, Rob, that's a howler. That's another howler. I'm sorry. You don't look.
You are all making the right point. You guys are
exactly, bro. Hold on, man.
No, we're not.
Yes,
because the minute Cole Palmer scored, you saw what the fuck happened. What Alex said is true. They was sitting there acting like unmotivated bitches. That's why the game wasn't over.
You know, it is man. What is AJ? Yeah,
never over until the end. But at that point, at that point, Bayern. I don't think Bayern was trying. I think Bayern Munich kind of realized they bumped us. When he went 3-1, right? They kept on dominating the ball. Right, so then minute 80, when let me finish. Minute 80, when Estevao comes on, it's not gonna Bayern mentality is not gonna change. We got 10 minutes. We've been passing the ball, retaining the ball very well, making Chelsea chase us around the entire second half. And Estevao coming on in their mentality, the game was finished. We start chasing.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you project.
Bayern wasn't trying anymore. We were.
It is the
Rob, you projecting a couch potato mentality on professional fucking football.
Hey.
Which every fucking one of them players on that pitch lost the game that they was up by 2 goals.
Jimmy, you're not listening. I'm talking about Bayern players. You're not listening to me.
I am listening to you.
Wait,
The
Jimmy.
Bayern players, every single one of them have been in games up by 2 goals and ended up fucking dropping points. So don't tell me they said, "Oh yeah, we got this game. It's over."
Wait, Jimmy. If anything, Rob. If anything,
hold on. Man, you're talking at the same time. Yeah, the people can't hear. You need to remember, bro. You know, you listen to pods and managers chatting at the same time, bro. It's jarring. Yeah. So, Rob, land your point, and Cali, you come in.
I'm saying when you're playing the game, you get to a certain level, 80th minute, and you 3-1 up, and you've been. It's not just like Jimmy. Let me finish. Let me talk. It's not just that we. It's not like we were 3-1 and we were dominating. It was 3-1, and Bayern had the ball. Bayern had us chasing around, just like we were up. I don't know, 4 or 5-1 against West Ham. At some point, you start feeling like, well, this
5-1 is not 3-1. Stop, man. See what you just did?
See, the thing is,
Rob, it's still game management, though. It's still game. It's still.
We're not talking about game management. He said the game is over.
No, the game.
I think we're talking about mentality, which is a whole different subject.
For Chelsea,
the game was over.
It's not over for them, but the approach is going to be different, though. The approach is very different.
As hard as they were
talking about their approach. AJ, listen what he's saying.
Wait, hold on.
I said I agree. The game is not
talking about the mentality of the player. He said,
I don't agree. I can't lie. I'm with Jib on this one, bro. Like, Rob, you see when you're saying about the game was done, bro, they scored in the fucking 63rd minute, bro. Right? Yeah. And even when they were 2-1 up, Rob, yeah, as badly as we were playing, because bro, we've seen Chelsea play at their best. I still thought we could sucker punch these guys, bro. I'm like,
that's why the Gusto thing was so criminal.
The game, but that's what I'm saying. The game went to 3-1, right? The game went to 3-1, and after they scored the third goal, they were dominating. They were making us chase them. They were keeping the ball nicely. When Esteval came on, right? I'm thinking from a Bayern Munich point of view, they weren't gonna try as hard as they were in the first half when it was 2-1. They weren't. They just weren't. That's how the game. That's how football works.
Rob, and that's a mentality issue. Hold on, Jimmy. That's a mentality issue, brother. That's a mentality issue. You're not like
weird mentality on fucking football players that I ain't watched. That ain't what I saw. That ain't what I saw.
Rob, let me ask you a question, Rob. Yeah, let me ask you a question, right? Because I think we've all kind of sort of criticized Maresca. Yeah. Do you think in that second half, Maresca should have been braver with some of the decisions that he made with the subs that we had? Because personally, for me, let me just give you a few suggestions, yeah? Personally, I would have taken off Enzo a lot sooner, taken off Reece a lot sooner, brought on Santos and even dropped João Pedro down the middle, and you play Mark Guiu up top, right? Because once again, this was another game where I saw the centre-backs having a picnic. Yeah? How many chances did we create centrally, bro? Because João Pedro wants to get involved in the game. João Pedro dropped at one point and played a nice pass to Neto on the left, yeah, where he like flicked it past someone, played a nice pass on the left, but who is up top? There's nobody there because he wants to be behind the striker. He wants to be involved in the game. We didn't push Bayern back enough. We didn't, bro. I'm looking at the stats right now. We had one big chance against these guys, bro. Yeah. Or what you could have done, yeah, is taken off Enzo. You play Palmer down the middle. You still leave João Pedro up top, but then you put Esteval on the right. You do something a little bit different. But he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna bring Garnacho on. Then I'm gonna bring this guy on. I'm gonna bring Broski. The thing ain't working.
Yeah,
that's what he's got.
Hey, Don.
But wait, but when did that? Go ahead. Because this conversation is going to lead us backwards. Because when motherfuckers was saying this window was a 5, y'all was like, no. Look at it. Look what he got. Fucking Garnacho. Guiu. Look what y'all asking him to turn to. I wouldn't put them motherfuckers on either. I'm not.
I agree with you.
This is the point. And this is the problem.
Bro.
And you know what, yeah?
It's not about that. We're talking about yesterday's game. We're talking about yesterday's game.
Rob, por favor. Like the por favor, yeah? Let me hit you with it. The reality here is he doesn't trust you. And to do what Don is asking him to do, he's not bringing you on. He wanted to keep Jackson. Look at his press conference answers. He never wanted Jackson to go. He said the decision basically was above his head. If Jackson was on the bench yesterday, Jackson's coming on. I promise you now.
That is true.
Alexis, the thing is, I hear all of that. Yes, we need better.
Play him though.
Yes, we need better than Alexis, I hear all of that, right? But end of the day, you fucking make use of what you've got. I don't want to be.
You know how mental that sound? You know how mental that sound?
No, it doesn't sound mental at all.
That's what we've been given.
Rate him. Why the fuck you gonna put somebody on the pitch that you don't think?
Jimmy, here's the difference. Here's the reason why. You're a tailor, right? Remember when Conte used to say this? You know what? I work with what I have. I'm a tailor. I take what I make and I make my style out of that. If you don't have anyone on the bench that you trust, that's the issue of the sporting director. But you have to make best with the best use of the squad you have. And right now, if we continue to run I don't even like you. You know how I feel about the guy. I'm like, whatever. If you continue to run with João Pedro as the solo striker and he goes down to injury, you're in big trouble. We have to utilize more of the squad. It's the same reason why I think that on the weekend against Man United, the same reason why I think that we have to rotate the squad a bit. We absolutely have to. I think we should be looking to win that game late.
We
need to try to win that game late. Get some guys on the. Let me just finish. Get some guys on the pitch that can eat up some minutes, give you about 50, 60 minutes, and then bring on your preferred lineup for the last 35, 40 minutes. Because if we go again with this lineup, where these guys are getting run into the ground,
get burnt out.
I think it could get long. That's all I'm saying. I could be wrong, but that's how I see it.
This is where I'll back up down a little bit here with the Gil point. My point with having João Pedro strike. Obviously, we played with the striker in the Club World Cup. Everybody was like, "Oh, this is gonna, is revolutionizing." My excitement over João Pedro was that he was gonna play behind Jackson or behind the Delap. That's how I was excited, because I thought that was exciting. Because as much as I love and I rate João Pedro, I don't think he's that good as your press leader.
He's not a nine.
He's not a nine, bro. Even off the ball, he will press. Obviously, he will try more. He's not in Kuku or anything, but he's not gonna press as hard as Jackson. He's not gonna press as hard as Gil. Now, if you need to press from the front, you need somebody at the striker who's gonna be your press trigger. If Enzo Fernandez and João Pedro and Cole Palmer are your press trigger, as highly as I rate all those three players, you're not doing much pressing from the front. You need somebody who's better at pressing from the front, like a Gil, like a Jackson, like a Delap, and then the João Pedro.
You think Delap's good at pressing?
No, Delap's not good at pressing.
I think Delap is not good at pressing. Don't do this.
My thing is the striker.
Don't do this. Don't do this.
The striker issue has nothing to do with the pressing. You know, I understand.
It's a quality issue. He thinks 50% of João Pedro is better than 100% Gil. So he's not taking him off.
Hold on. Alex, that's what y'all don't understand.
I agree with that point.
A tired João Pedro is more likely to do something than a Gui, and I don't blame him. When you don't trust something, you don't trust him. You don't.
But hold on, no. But the thing is, Jim. You don't.
How long can you not go and trust? How long can you?
Until he's ready. If he ain't ready, he ain't ready.
AJ. You don't hear must feel, blood. Yeah,
we lost the
moment that he gets injured,
we lost.
The moment that João Pedro gets injured, and now you're fucking looking at Tyreek to start helping you. Yeah, you're ignoring Gil down the Alexis, I don't want to hear this manager. Hold on, Monday. Let me just say something. I don't want to hear this manager come out like the way that he did the other day, talking about today was a game where we needed a striker up top, like what we did against West Ham with fucking Delap. When you've got a fucking striker, right? Regardless of whether you want him or not, yeah, you've got a striker there that you can use to replicate what Delap does. You don't even want to give him a chance to see what he can do, right?
He sees more than we do.
I was about to say, what if in practice he looks like doo-doo dog shit?
That could be the case, but many players look like shit in training. But in matches, they're good.
Oh, so play him anyway. Okay.
No, bro, it's like we brought man back. Use him while he's here, bro. Use man while he's here.
If you don't use him,
Champions League, Alliance, play a player that you think is doo-doo dog.
If you don't use him, you gotta use somebody else. The point is somebody gotta get used. That's the point.
Wait, he did. He brought on Garnacho, Estevao, and Santos.
No, we're saying
that was his changes.
We're saying,
top, man.
Yeah, we're saying as the 9. As the 9, if you're not gonna
swap out Pedro, give Pedro a rest.
Yeah,
my bad, AJ.
I mean, if you're not gonna trust Guiu coming in and giving you 20 minutes, which I don't understand why Guiu can't give you 20 minutes, even if you tell him to just press the shit out of the fucking center back. That's all you do. Press the shit out of the center back.
AJ, his debut,
and we'll work around that.
But that's AJ, not what his debut to do.
His debut was a goal.
No, I'm saying even if that's all I'm saying, even if that's the only instruction that he gets, because he doesn't trust him, he's just putting him out there as a body. You still gotta do it. This is not the time now to be like, oh, I don't trust. No, and we're still fucking losing. We still lost.
Do y'all hear what so basically y'all just expect to lose then. That's it.
No, we don't.
No, Jimmy.
Mark Dewey.
You're not seeing the logic, Jimmy. You're not seeing the logic.
Jimmy.
I'm kind of in between both worlds here.
You're not seeing the logic. How the fuck you expect Mark Dewey?
I'm kind of in between, because I see. I'm not bringing on Guiu in a Champions League at the LA.
Yeah.
I just don't see
Down
that.
3-1.
But I understand. All right. But I do understand that you have to use the squad. Like what you're given is what you're given. Bro. You have to use the squad.
I'm quite sure
the name. Guiu's just the name.
I'm quite sure.
Name, bro.
I'm quite sure.
But there is no different name though.
Mark Dewey's
that's what I'm saying, bro. We work in
But-
this delusional world where the fact is,
Jimmy, I don't even think AJ is disagreeing with you, fam. I think he's literally saying, like...
They fucking Maweko on the bench, blood.
I mean, it gotta be
Mark
somebody.
Dewey's gonna play against Lincoln Tech, where the
He
fuck
can't.
that is.
Yesterday.
That's what he needs to play. And that's it.
No, yesterday. Yesterday.
Oh, he can't even play in that. Get him the fuck out of here. Get your sports directors the fuck out of here.
Jimmy.
Our sporting director's fine.
I agree with
Get
that.
your fucking sports directors out of here.
Listen.
This
Yesterday.
5 out of 10 window.
Listen.
Fuck this team over.
Yesterday
Tell me nothing about this manager.
yesterday against Atletico Madrid, Arne Slot brought in a 16-year-old against Atletico Madrid.
Because he's ready.
Rob.
Because he's ready.
Rob.
It's not the age.
Rob.
He's ready.
Rob with Isak, Rice, Salah, Van Dijk.
Ain't Rio.
He is ready for
I'm done. We're waffling at this point. I'm good.
Champions League night against Atletico Madrid. But Guiu is not for Bayern Munich.
Rob,
Come on, bro.
Rob.
He was on his debut in the Champions League, bro. In the fucking Champions
You
League.
are telling me Rio is ready to go up against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, but Mark Guiu is not.
Rob, I'm telling you, Liverpool have a squad where they can bring on a 16-year-old.
Hold up, Cali.
The deal was 2-2. They need to go.
Rob, Rob, do you actually know how good Rio is? Because you don't. You don't watch him practice. You don't know his skill level. You only see when he comes on the pitch. Now, when he comes on the pitch, take away his fucking age. Does he look like he ready? Yes. So don't tell me his fucking age. Mark Dewey.
Again, and I watched Mark Guiu. Right?
When did you watch it?
Wait.
You didn't watch him.
No, we're not doing this. Listen, we're not. Wait. Hold on. Really quick. We're not doing this. We're not gonna run. Wait. Rob. Hold on. We need to be honest. We need to stop being disingenuous. Guiu is literally a third-tier striker as it stands. No, stop. We're not going to do this revisionist history bullshit. Guiu is a third-tier striker as it stands. No one has seen enough of him to say he is anything above that. Period. I don't care what else you guys discuss or argue about, but what we're not going to do is act like he's anything better than that. And really quick. And the board only giving him Guiu, getting Jackson loaned out at the end with that option instead of squaring that away earlier, which would have got you a better option as striker. There are certain things, wait. Objectively, there are certain things that the board did incorrect at the end of the window that set up Maresca to fail. Point blank period.
Jackson. It's Maresca who burned bridges with Jackson.
Cali.
It's Maresca who burned the bridges with Jackson. It's not. You don't blame the sporting directors. Maresca is the one that burned bridges with Jackson.
Wait, let me say.
No.
Wait, no, Rob, don't do that, Rob. That's 3 howlers in one show, brother. 3 howlers in one show.
Hey, let's console it here. I know Don's not here, but we're gonna go one at a time still, all right? I'm just gonna step in here since he just went AWOL for a sec. All right, so who wants to say what? Who wants to say what? Tell me.
You go. No, I want to hear Couch reply. Couch reply to this.
You go. You go,
As
Alexis.
the grandfather, Couch, step in there. As the grandfather, step in there.
Did you hear his voice there? His dad voice came out real quick.
I don't think anybody disagreed with Cali's point, though. Nobody disagreed.
No, I'm disagreeing.
Hey, I'm moderating this. I am moderating this right here.
Yeah.
Okay, here. Yeah.
Hey, guys, listen. Maresca did not destroy his relationship with Jackson. Jackson came out the other day thanking him about how much he learned from him and saying how it was so good to work with him.
Nothing to do with Maresca.
Enzo came out and said, he was a great player.
What did his agent say? What is then is when they ask him, is there a possibility of Jackson coming?
No, Rob, we're not doing this. Rob, we're not doing this.
Hey, we're not getting into. Hey, I can't lie, bro.
Agent chill.
Champions League in 3 minutes. We're not talking about the politics of Jackson today. That's for another day, blood. We're not doing that today, right? But Jim, I hear your point. Yes, we shouldn't be dependent on Gil. I agree with you. The sporting directors, cool, all of that. But my point and AJ's point, I'm sure people can understand that. Make use of what you've got. Even last year, Jim, I had the same logic with Felix and Vega, right? Whether you like them or not, we should have made use of them when we had them. And then you dash them, bro. If you don't fuck with Gil, you dash him in the summer, you dash him in January.
He was
and then
dashed.
you bring someone that you fuck with, blood.
He was
But
dashed.
now, use him. Yeah, but yes, and then Dillard got injured.
Jimmy, the board fucked up. Jimmy, the board fucked up. The board fucked up.
They failed.
We gotta
But
send
listen, this is my point. Now we're here, though, Jimmy. Now we're here. He has to make use of the squad.
You have to, bro. You have to.
The window is done, bro.
He trusts Tyreek George over Huey. Okay, what y'all tell me?
He was given.
Yeah, he should.
Wait. Let me ask Don this first, and then you guys can take this.
Yeah, no, we're finishing up on this point. We're finishing up on
this point.
Yeah.
So we're not
and I know this. I know you'll probably do a whole show about this after.
You Maresca?
No.
Enzo.
Fernandez.
Oh. Go on, Cali. Go on.
Sharpening my tongue. Go on, Cali.
What do we need to change to be able to get the win at OT? I just want a loose answer. You can do the specifics in another show. After seeing that game at Bayern,
finish our fucking.
I'm sure everyone thinks a bit differently. What needs to change?
Bro,
Don,
the
mentality
if you won. The mentality if you won. The mentality, bro. The mentality needs to change.
Thank you. That's a solid shout out.
You know, and Maresca needs to fix up with his coaching. Every time we go to Old Trafford, we never play well, Cali. I can't remember the last time we played well there, bro. Like
draw, lost, draw.
Broski,
there was one under Tuchel. Once under Tuchel, we wasted so many chances and we drew.
Exactly,
the only time.
You know what I mean? But go, Couch, you're about to let loose on someone. We'll finish off on you. I don't know. We're gonna listen. You got do your thing, bro. Do your thing, because I wanna go watch these games.
Where'd Jimmy go, man? Okay, yo. All I'm saying is this, and like I know we got into a lengthy discussion in the chat about this, and I just want to touch on this one thing. In a game where you are not going to have possession, where you're going to be surrendering 40%, you're going to have 40% of the ball. Do you trust Enzo Fernandez to be one of the sitting sixes? Just answer that for me. Anybody?
No.
I'll go first. No.
One of the sitting sixes. So you trust him defensively to do a job for you?
I trust him.
No.
He did a good job doing that the other day, bro.
All right.
Yes.
All right. I don't. I'm pretty sure Maresca doesn't either. I don't think
we don't win the big games, Couch. That's why we don't win.
Bro, we just won the Club World Cup with him playing at number 10. The other thing that you got to understand too.
What else? What else do we win?
What do you mean? What else? We've won games without him playing as a deep six.
What
we won
other
2
game
cups
did
last year.
What other
Yeah, and
big
he's
game
won.
did-
He's won.
We
he's
won
the
2
World
cups
Cup.
last year. What more do
He's
you
won the
want?
World Cup and the Copa America playing as a 6.
bro?
He didn't
And
play
this
as a 6.
Agreed.
Oh, wait. Now we're doing this thing where we're like, Enzo's supposed to be a 6 now.
not
Every
a
year we pick a
sitting
different
six, man.
position. First
Yeah,
he's supposed to be an 8.
No,
Then he's supposed to be a 6. Then he's supposed to be a 10. Which one is
I'll do
it?
my best impression of Don. I'll do my best impression of Don. It doesn't matter if he plays 10, if he plays 6, or if he plays 8. Make sure he gets a lot of touches, and you'll see the best version of Enzo.
This is
Okay.
You don't. The problem is you can't ask him to cover fucking 11 kilometers a game, and then when he's out of breath and exhausted from covering, because he's a fat shit, we're not going to deny that. And then say, "Oh, his
But you
technique's
trust him
gone."
to sit
Who's
in.
his
You
technique's
trust
gonna be
him to
gone?
sit him and to sit in as a
It's
6
like the
position.
Jorginho thing. He actually reads the game well and jumps.
Jorginho
into
was good
tackles well.
defensively. Jorginho
That's
was
what I'm
actually good
saying.
defensively.
That's
Just
what
didn't
I'm
have
saying.
the
The
pace.
problem
I
is,
don't think that you can
when
say
the
the
game
same
is
thing about
fresh,
Jorginho as you can say about Enzo defensively. I don't think.
Yeah, but the thing is, coach, I don't think
Jorginho had Kante next to him, which is why you think he was
Very true. But he has Caicedo next to him.
yes,
That's
Caicedo next to him.
yeah.
And this is why, but Alex, I'm with
Come on.
you. I think we can work with Enzo and Caicedo as a pivot. I'm not saying that we're not going to concede any possession or concede chances, but it's about a risk reward thing. And Enzo right now, currently, is not on the ball enough. I'm tired of watching the game.
So in the 40% of the possession that we have, you want him on the ball. How much of it?
Well, I'm not sure if we're gonna be. You're just assuming that we're gonna have 40%. We might put him there.
I'm only going by the stats. I'm only going by the stats.
No. He's talking about United though.
Can I finish my point? We had 44% possession last game. He was playing as a number 10.
But he wasn't in the 44%. He wasn't in the pivot.
That's not the point I'm trying to make here. That is not the point I'm trying to make here.
Oranges. You're saying yesterday. Couch,
why are we? I'm not even finishing my point. And
your example is if Enzo, how are we going to perform with a team where we only have 40% and Enzo?
So you want me to go back to the beginning of last season when he was playing in the 6?
I don't want you to do anything. I'm not asking you to do
because Enzo actually moved him to the number 10 position because he doesn't trust him in the 6. That's why he moved him.
The problem is, Couch. You know what?
Are we forgetting that?
You know what? And this is the problem.
But that doesn't now is that we're getting the best out of Enzo.
He was poor.
No, but two things can be true, right? Two things can be. He was poor yesterday.
What is true about him not being good in the 6? Tell me what's not true about that.
He's not bad in the 6. I just think I think people want him to be something he's not. Give him high touches.
I have no problem. Can I just say this, Alexis? I have no problem with him in the 6th position when we're playing against teams where we're going to have the majority of the possession because his weaknesses will not be exposed in that regard. I don't like him in the 6 when we're asked to be sitting in and defending for 60% of the game. That's what I'm talking about. But I have no issue with him playing against Brentford and playing as a number 6. Playing against whatever. I don't trust him to play as a number 6 against high-level opponents. And I don't think Enzo does either.
What was he playing on the Grand Porter? What position was he playing on the Grand Porter?
He played the 6 and the 8.
Newcastle's playing.
How many games did we win? How many games did we win? How many games did we win?
No. I'm asking you. Did we dominate possession match on the Grand Porter?
No.
Was Enzo good on the Grand Porter?
Yes.
Okay.
And we didn't.
What was your point there? How many games did we win?
No.
I'm not gonna lie, Couch is right. How many games did we win?
You have evidence that he's played well as a 6. Now everything that's around him is
moving in this conversation.
So you want to build a system around him then? Is that what you're saying? We should build a team around him.
Moving in this conversation.
You know what, Mandem, let's do this. Let's do this. I don't want to rush through this conversation because I can't lie. I want to watch the game. I've got it on right now. Yeah, 4 minutes in Barcelona, Newcastle. We're gonna do a stream. Yeah, just Enzo Fernandez because we are. No, Couch, we will because it's a conversation which ain't going away, and I don't want to just rush through it. I want to do it properly. So let's finish up, yeah, and we'll cook it up again, and obviously we'll go through it, right? But Mandem, listen, make sure that you lot are smashing up the likes. Make sure that you lot are following everyone here. Make sure that you're subscribing. Alexis, I'll put your YouTube in the description as well. Make sure that you're following everyone here. Like I said, following AJ on TikTok. Couch, have you got a review up on your channel?
Bro, You see how I'm living right now, man? Shit's rough and tough like leather, man. Trust me. You ain't gonna be seeing that for a while, man.
Being a good father, leave him be.
It's gonna be a minute, man. It's gonna be a minute.
I hear you, bro. But yeah, literally, we had over 2. Ooh, Newcastle nearly just scored, bro. Yeah, we had nearly over 200 people. Everyone's gone to go watch the game, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's been mad. It's the first review that we've done since obviously Champions League now. Yeah, make sure that you lot are subscribing to Javon as well. We're gonna make this a weekly thing, people. Yeah, every Thursday we'll be reviewing the Champions League. It was something that me, Rob, and CB and Chels were gonna be doing, but obviously if we make it a bigger panel, then we'll just have to do that. But big up people, man. Listen, Saturday, let's fucking do this, man. Like Robbie would say, in a bit, blood.